To the content then, direct to the topic. Okay. So curriculum, I will show you a curriculum tomorrow because I just want to finish the introductory slides first, introductions first, finish about this. Once introduction is done, then if I tell you, hey, this is what we are covering in the course, it will make sense. If I tell first itself, all the names will be technical jargons. So I don't want to put any jargon on your minds. First, let's aram se complete one by one this introduction first. I'm sure Roja would have heard the introduction already, and some of you would have already heard. Excuse me for this. It can be a little duplication for you, but not for others. So, and by the way, Sharmat, you already have seen IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. I'm repeating the same thing that you know, but probably I'll try to be as many examples I can put by. We'll try.
That's okay. Other than the abbreviation, I certainly do not know anything about it. So you don't feel free to do that. Okay, sure. Done. Yep. And sir, everyone, this is a long journey, as you know, right? So please, I would be more than happy if you crack jokes, be engaged. It should not be a single communication, sir. One-side communication, definitely not. Put counters on me, crack jokes on me. I'll do counter questions, and I can also counter crack. So, but again, sir, not just jokes apart, on a technical note, any questions that come by, stop me immediately then and there. We can have a conversation. So this should be better be a conversation than a one-sided session. And as videos start coming by, then we'll have even more interactions, but video is mandatory for all the classes. And unless and until there are exceptions when you're not feeling well, you're completely sick and you can't, then that's a different matter. 1 hour, 15 minutes, even we are sick, so we can sit and attend the class. That's my opinion. If you're completely not feeling well, take off that day and the respective recording will be provided. I'll tell you about that things also going forward. So without any further delay, shall we start the session now? So first of all, there's a journey that we have to talk. There is a discussion that we have to do. Tomorrow, I'll tell you who is father of cloud, who created all this, what is the necessity of having a cloud, first of all. So that discussion will be done tomorrow. Let's talk about today's. So first of all, what was the necessity of having cloud? The world was running happy. Every company was having servers of their own. Not only companies. I have a server next to me right now. I don't know if you can hear the noise, but yeah, maybe voice cancellation would cancel it. But ideally, sir. But you see it now? Now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, I don't use laptop for all the sessions. Especially, I used to use laptop, but I migrated my system to a server. So like, look at a real environment, sir. Look at a real environment. This is how companies would have servers in their office environment. Meaning they allocate one separate room for keeping, not rooms, maybe a building, depending on the company's scale. Extremely expensive and high-end servers they deploy there. And all the company employees would use these servers for all the regular work. The servers are common in every company. So it can be a well-organized servers like this. Well-organized servers like this. I love the above one. Superbly well-organized data center. And we call it data centers, right? Every company has servers, 100 servers, 500 servers, 1,000 servers, 10,000 servers, 20,000 servers, 40, 50, the number can go up. But, sir, I'm sure all of you would have watched this video when you go to YouTube and search for Google data center. When you go to YouTube and search for Microsoft data center, Amazon data center, this Twitter data center, all these major companies who manage crores and crores of customers, their data centers are huge, massive in scale. Okay, if we are working for XYZ company, our company may have less or more depending on your company's business, nature of business. So, sir, that's a good setup. Data center setup can be like this. Now, looking at my servers, the one that you are seeing on this on now, I'm not showing off, but I'm just showing you. So I want you to see. So I have 16 cores. Normally, our laptops will have how much? You also can see. Go to Task Manager in Windows, your system, I mean to say, and go to Performance tab, sir. And you can see I have how many processors? 16 cores I have. And sir, sockets. Sockets means motherboard. On the motherboard, the processor that you keep, the socket. All laptops will have single socket only. All laptops will have single sockets, sir. But the one that I am using, server, has got 2 sockets, meaning 2 processors I have. Sir, I mean, I'm so sorry. I believe in practically showing things than theoretically talking. This is a processor, sir, right? And this sits on the motherboard. I hope you all agree with me. So what I'm saying is I have 2 processors like this in that motherboard. I have 2 more additional which I have not deployed. So 2 processors which will go. Each is 16 cores. And so the processor that you're seeing in my hand right now is an expensive one. It's called as, we all use Intel i3, i5, i7, right, sir? If you're Intel family. If you're AMD family, you have AMD processors separate. So you purchase hardware and you use them. Same way, servers can be built, sir. Numerous servers can be built. Hundreds and thousands and lakhs, or maybe depending on your organization. So what I'm saying is I have 32 processors overall, 2 sockets. My RAM is 40 GB, 32 GB RAM if I go to memory. So it's a high-end machine. Like this, companies will have too many servers like this. So previously, all companies were managing data centers by investing a lot of money. So that money can be in crores, obviously. And so this can be how data centers can be managed. So this is a good part. Now also look at the ugly part. Bad and ugly. Now you decide which one is bad, which one is ugly, because all looks ugly to me, because this is how some companies manage their data centers. Such a pathetic and such a confusing world that, you know, if some troubleshooting also you want to do, you can't do properly because cables all around. So these are some practical challenges the industry is facing. Companies not managing data centers properly. A lot of issues related to it, sir. So then what happened? And by the way, what are the major issues that will be there for a data center, sir? Major issues. First one, power. Managing power, electricity, sir. That's one of the major concerns, depending on which location you are having it. Hey, by the way, quick question, sir. In India, maximum data centers are located in which city? India. Just
Mumbai and Chennai.
Sorry, sir?
Mumbai and Chennai.
Absolutely.
Chennai.
Absolutely. Mumbai and Chennai. Now, you know the reasons for it. You all know the reasons for it, sir. Seashore, right? Coastal. And sir, they have got the best infrastructure. Mumbai and Chennai, maximum ratio of Mumbai more, sir. Mumbai more. Chennai nowadays it has coming up like anything. In India, I'm saying. So worldwide, globally, which is that country which is preferred for keeping data centers? Worldwide, the safest country. I'll mute Magesh. There's a background, so I muted. So worldwide, so which is that country which is considered very safe for data centers?
US.
US has, I'm not saying no.
Singapore.
Perfect answer. Correct answer. So, I mean, looking at the history of natural calamities occurred, Singapore is considered to be one of the safest places on earth at the moment for keeping a data center. See, all this data is not from me, sir. You can go to Google and search all this data. You'll find on Google itself. You Google it. Of course, US has got a lot of data centers. I'm not saying no. Of course they have. Okay, done, sir. Moving on. So, finally, what I'm saying is, previously in olden days, companies used to manage data centers. Yes or no? Done, sir. After data centers, companies were not happy because they are spending a lot of good and bad and ugly way of managing data centers. Some companies were happy, some were not happy. Okay. And then so they thought, okay, after data center in one location, what else can we do? Sir, always, right? What next must be there? We should not get stagnated where we are, right? Always what next is a plan. We all think. Of course, in KDSSG, sir, why Azure Admin now? We're already happy with SQL Server DBA. What next has always to be there. So then companies started thinking, okay, data centers we have nice. What can we do better? Next idea was HADR, high availability and disaster recovery. And most of you know this terminology. Some of you might not know. So I will start from there, sir. high availability and disaster recovery. The people thought, array, one data center is not safe because a natural disaster can occur, sir. A calamity can strike. Anything can happen. We never know, right? So they thought, okay, now onwards, we'll keep one head office and one branch office. And it can be in any locations at different locations. And one more copy of the servers must be available. Not all servers are critical server, because every server you can't maintain one more copy budget-wise, money problems, right? So there are so many servers in the company, but whichever are critical, they are managing one more branch. It's called as disaster recovery. Anything happens to these locations and no problem. Critical applications will run from here. Critical data is present here. Critical servers are managed there, one more copy. So this is one more idea companies came by. And so later on, that went even wider. People started thinking what? Massive DRs, meaning, sir, globally having multiple data centers. Not in one location, not in two locations, sir. Multiple locations across the globe. So this was the next evolution. So first people were happy with data centers. Then they did what, sir? They moved on to the next idea of having a DR, meaning one more copy. And then again, they wanted what, sir? MDR, massive data centers, massive disaster recovery ideas. So multiple locations across the globe, they started keeping. But believe me, 1 minute, sir. Establishing one company in one country itself is costly affair. Now I have to do what? In multiple countries, if I have to open branch offices, open another office there, put data centers there, how expensive would that be, sir? Extremely expensive. So these challenges were always there. So DR is not helping us solve the cost problem, sir. It is only helping us to put protection. It's giving us protection. DR. All good for now. Can I move on? Perfect. So, sir, people started with data centers. Again, I'm repeating. They were happy with some were managing data centers very well. Some were struggling with managing data centers. And then came the thought of HADR, different locations. They did it. Massive HADR, they did it. And then, sir, companies started thinking, how can we reduce our cost? And the next idea every company got was virtualization. So let's say Sharmat and I are working for the same company, for example. So Sharmat is from one team, XYZ team. I am from ABC team. In the same company, different teams. Sharmat wants 10 servers for her work, for office work. I want 30 servers. So Sharmat wants 10 servers, sir. KD wants 30 servers. So how much on an average each server will cost? Approximately. So you know what? I'm not overhyping or saying. One CPU that I have, one processor.
50 lakhs.
Could be more.
Lakhs.
Could be more.
1 crore.
Could be a crore. So look at this one. So this the simple Intel processor. That is an old one. Simple Intel processor costs around. I got it for 1.3 lakh. This one, one processor, just one processor, not even the system. Now this is around 2.5 lakh, which I have in my hand, and I have two more in my PC. Alright, so if KD is building his own small server, the cost is around 7 to 8 lakhs, all put together. Motherboard, graphic card, everything else, all expenses. I'm talking about these old servers, a little old one. Then it was. Now it has become cheaper. Somebody can build a server easily for a cost of 2.5 to 3 lakhs now. Currently, now, including also a decent server, 2.5 to 3 lakhs. Decent means not very office enterprise servers. I'm saying you and I, if you want a server like me at home, 2.5 to 3 lakhs, you can get a good server now. Office, I completely agree with Shahida. Can be 40 lakhs, can be 50 lakhs, can be 1 crore, sir. But you know, how many did I ask now? I asked for 30 and Sharbat asked for 10, 30 plus 10, 40, assuming 1 crore, 40 crore investment will company do? Come on. So that can be a challenge. So, sir, what companies thought is a concept called virtualization. Virtualization means purchase one, Shahida, put not 1 crore, put 10 crores and get a very big server, one server only. Put 10 crores, get a very big server, expensive servers, extremely expensive. In that server, create virtual machines. So one physical machine. Inside the physical machines, create virtual machines. So Sharmat will get 10 virtual machines. KD will get 30, all from the same server. So two things have happened. You have reduced your cost. Second thing, sir, data center wise also, rather than managing 40 servers, you are managing only one server. Power saved, electricity saved, infrastructure saved, employees saved. One employee need not be handling all this. Simply you can handle things. So virtualization was the next evolution, sir. Sir, I'm telling all this old story only, nothing new. This is like 50, 60 years back history we are discussing. So, sir, look at this picture now. In virtualization world, you will purchase one big server. And in that, you can create as many virtual machines as you want. By the way, we are doing this demo as well in 2 days from now. Next Monday or so, we will start our practical mode. There you will see us doing all this stuff. Is that okay, sir? Perfect. Done. So that's it, sir. That's all you have to do. And moving on. So now one more option. Purchase a big hardware and create as many operating systems as you want. Purchase a big server and keep virtual machines created. So cost you are saving, electricity you are saving, a lot of savings are there. So that's it. This is one more idea people got and companies started using, started saving a lot of money. Okay, sir. I mean, just a small picture. I'm showing all the pictures possible. See, physical machine. Inside the physical machine, you can create virtual machines. Look at these pictures. Multiple virtual machines you can create. Each virtual machine is one operating system. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. If you guys don't mind, I know this is not demo time, but I would want to show you this one. Sir, in Windows, if I click start, everyone, I hope you're seeing my screen. In Windows, click on start. There is an option called Hyper-V. Hyper-V. Sir, I don't have a Hyper-V enabled now. Just give me a minute. Click on turn. So I typed Hyper-V here. I don't have Hyper-V installed right now. So I can click on turn Windows features on or off. You can also do it in your PC. Turn Windows features on or off. 1 minute. So it's loading. Okay, on the screen. Yes. In this, scroll down. Do you see Hyper-V here? I can select Hyper-V and click OK. Now it is installing Hyper-V in my systems. What is Hyper-V, KD? With the help of Hyper-V, you can create virtual machines. So in my laptop, in my server itself, sir, I can create 3-4 virtual machines. One virtual machine I'll give for Durga, one I'll give for Shaida, one I'll give for Rafi. Each one, so 3 I've created, and they 3 are happy. They are using my virtual machine present in my system. So it's done. It requires a restart, which I am not doing now. Now click on start, sir. Now click on start. Type Hyper-V. It will not show unless and until I restart my PC. Tomorrow I'll show you, sir. So you can create a virtual machine in your laptop also. Not only servers, sir, you can create in a laptop also. So there are softwares available to create, sir, to create virtual machines. There are so many softwares available. Hyper-V is one of that because it's a Microsoft product. And I am a big fan of Microsoft. I'm showing that, sir. Third party are also available. A lot of third party like VMware. VMware is one more product, sir. They are famous for creating Hyper-Vs. You know it. Most of you know it. If not VMware, so there's one more. What's that? Oracle VirtualBox. So Oracle VirtualBox. This is Oracle's product. With this also you can create virtual machines, VMs. So VMware, Oracle VirtualBox. There could be many other softwares. Hyper-V, Microsoft's Hyper-V. Microsoft's Hyper-V. That's all. So these many softwares are available to create virtualization. So now KD in my office, now let's take example of Sharmat and KD, right? I asked my company to give me 40 servers, 30 for KD and 10 for Sharmat. My Windows team, sir, Windows team will say, hey, why physical servers, Sharmat and KD? We'll give you virtual machines, man. Get your work done. So 40 servers will be created. Easy, cost savings. Any questions? And by the way, your Windows team used what software? Maybe Hyper-V, maybe VMware, or maybe Oracle VirtualBox. We don't know, sir. They will do it and they will create. So in future, we will also do that in the as part of the course. I will show you how to create virtual machines both in Hyper-V and also in the cloud. By the way, it's a wonderful thing. You can create virtual machines on the cloud also. Okay, that's a later part, sir. Now let's move on. Any questions anybody have till here, sir? See, so I'm just showing you the evolution from data centers, how people went to disaster recovery, data center safety. From there, they thought, what else can we do for cost saving? They went for virtualization. Virtualization was an excellent technology evolved, sir. Excellent one. And I think that ruled the world for, oh my God, how many? 40, 30 years? 30 plus years, the world is running on virtualization. 30, 40 years now, close to. Check, sir. General knowledge question to all of you. When was VMware company found? Which year? You can Google and tell me the answer, please. When was VMware company found? Because VMware is one company that is from the day one till date, sir. They are on they are on virtual machines only. Or Microsoft joined recently the league, but VMware from the beginning it was into virtual machines. Yes, sir. Any year?
1998.
So you check how many years now? 1998, 2008, 2018. 23 years close to. Yeah, that's a long journey, sir. More than a couple of decades, right? So that's all. So virtualization ruled the world, no doubt about it. But sir, enough. Virtualization is old now. Sir, everyone, virtualization is absolutely old technology now. People are creating virtual machines not in servers anymore, in cloud, which we will talk. So next one. So where did cloud start then? So where did cloud start? Okay, virtualization has been done. Superb concept. Everybody are happy. One person got one wonderful idea, sir. One person. And once I tell the company name, obviously you will tell the person's name. One person thought that, array, why should I purchase a server and create a virtual machine? Rather, I will create virtual machines in my server only. I will lease to people. Let people, like for Durga, for Shaida, and for Rafi, if I am creating 3 virtual machines and giving you, so I'll charge you per month. Pay me per month. That's easy. Easy for you, easy for me, right? I'm getting revenue. So one person did it. Got the wonderful thought. Started as a business model. The company came forward. Started selling virtual machines. Today they are selling a lot of products also online. You're also purchasing from that website.
Amazon.
Thank you, sir. You all know it. And the person who got this idea is Jeff Bezos. So Jeff was the person, sir, who this is a well-known fact, by the way, that Jeff was the person who thought that, hey, let me sell virtual machines. That took the company somewhere, sir. $1 trillion company, right? It's world's number 1 company now. Yeah, I think world's number 1 company. So 3 companies, right, sir? $1 trillion companies are 3. One is Amazon, obviously Apple, and third one is if you charge your product so high, obviously you'll be on the $1 trillion mark. That's a joke. That's my hatred towards Apple, so don't mind. And third is Microsoft. So 3 companies are $1 trillion companies. Maybe I don't know if I'm not counting any company, excuse me. So 3 tech companies I'm saying. Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple are the 3 tech companies who are into $1 trillion revenue. Okay, answer. Now, what did Jeff Bezos do differently? Jeff said that I'll sell VMs, right? So Jeff said, hey, initially I'll sell VMs. You don't have a choice. But later on, when the business started developing more, sir, he said, hey, why do you want to manage data centers? Outsource to me. I'll manage for you. Okay, you don't have to handle all your servers. I will manage all your servers and you pay me on a monthly basis. And sir, for some servers you want higher hardware, I'll give you. For some servers you are getting lower hardware, I'll give you. So you ask me what you want. You want 10 GB RAM So look at this on the screen, sir. You want 10 GB RAM? Where is RAM? RAM is here. I'll give you 10 GB RAM. You want 2 GB RAM? I'll give you 2 GB RAM. You want a proper graphic card on the system? I'll keep the graphic card for you. Or you want a hard drive of 2 terabyte? I'll give you. Or you want a network cards 4? I'll give you. So, sir, that means, did you understand what's the fun here, sir? They started breaking, not selling as a VM. They stopped selling as a VM. They started treating everything as a commodity. You want CPU? You choose what you want. You want CPU, you want memory, you want that much, you want this much. I'll give you everything. So people started selling, people nice, Jeff for other companies, started selling virtual machines, but customer can choose what they want. That was the next step. So I think if you can see here, virtualization. After that, sir, resources in virtualization, meaning you ask me CPU, you ask me memory, I'll sell. So customers started treating, let me take you to the picture again. 1 minute, just yeah. Look at this picture. In a virtual machine, you choose what you want. I'll give you. So this is the total journey, sir. So finally, companies were managing data centers on their own. But now what happened, sir? There are so many third-party companies like Microsoft. Oh, sorry. Stop, sir. Stop. How dare we put Microsoft in the first place? Wrong. Because, sir, even today in the market, if you look at it, Amazon is #1. Microsoft is #2. Then KD, I would rather go and join AWS course and learn AWS. In your introduction, sir, I heard somebody from finance background, which is Roja, MBA, right? Roja, I want to ask you one question. If you have, let's say, 1 crore budget with you now, and you want to invest in some property. Okay. Which place will you invest in? For example, you're from which place you said, I'm sorry? Vijayanagaram, right? Okay. In Visakhapatnam, you want to invest, exactly, you want to invest some 1 crore. Which area in Visakhapatnam will you choose?
Sitamadara.
Why?
It is developing.
Okay, thank you. I got the answer, sir. That's exactly what we want, right? So we invest our brain in a place where it is aggressively developing, and we know that there's a future for that, right? So AWS is absolutely good with due respect to the AWS cloud and its features and all that, sir. Microsoft cloud is nonetheless, sir. Trust me, in the last 5 years, because I'm with Azure for the last 7 years now. To be frank, I'm with 7 years, in 2014. Sir. I'll be very frank. I'm not 14, I started with 15. From 15, I think I started. So 15, 16, maybe around that time. So, sir, what I'm saying is, if you look at the overall journey with, because of Microsoft initially was not a huge success, no doubt. But today, if you, sir, can I ask you all a silly and a simple question, sir? What is the Microsoft share in the cloud market today? What is AWS? Others are out of the range, sir. They will take time to reach, like Google, what is that? Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud. A lot of companies are coming into cloud space. Ali Cloud, Alibaba, China Cloud. I'm so sorry, I don't mean to say that. So Ali Cloud. So all these clouds are coming up, but 2 players in the market right now, Microsoft and Amazon. What's their shares? Can you Google and tell me? I can also Google for you, but I want you to Google and try. What's the share today as we speak? I have a number, sir. I'll just wait for your answers. If not, I'll give the answer. Market share.
AWS is 33% and Microsoft share is over 18%.
22%. Sir,
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Excellent, Sharma. So AWS, that I didn't give the answer, okay? She gave the answer. So you know that she Googled and he found the answer. So 33% is the share of Amazon cloud in the market today. Let's be frank. It's #1, sir. Amazon cloud remains #1 till date. We never know what can happen in future, sir, but Microsoft is, so Microsoft was 4%, became 8, then 10, 19, 22 today. 22%. Sir, in the span of, by the way, you know what? Tomorrow I'll show you one more history. Which company started when in the cloud. I will show that tomorrow, sir. So first company was AWS. After AWS starting multiple years back, so maybe I think four years later, Microsoft came into picture, and closing that gap so less is really appreciable. That's all. That's all I would say. And again, with due respect to both the clouds. So you want to share any link you found, Sharmat, on the chat, if you mind?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna do that right
Whatever
away.
link you found, if you can share in the group, the team members can see it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, 22, sir. 22% is the latest update. Maybe I don't know which link you are looking at, but yeah. So cloud market is aggressively growing up. So it's good to catch up with the cloud technologies, which is always nice. And without any further delay, can I move on, please? People come from companies managing their own data centers. Some companies came forward and said, we will build a massive data centers globally. If Durga is staying in Hyderabad, Durga wants a data center in Hyderabad, I'll give you in Hyderabad. I have a data center in Hyderabad. Why you want to set up Durga and take pain? I'm there. So like that, sir, for all the companies, globally, they have set up, not all, sir, two main companies, Amazon and AWS, Azure. So that's all, sir. This is a story. And finally, cloud started. And so in the cloud, different types of clouds are available that I'm going to start now. But is the journey clear? Which company started when, I will show you tomorrow, sir. But if this initial journey is clear, I think we're on the right track.
So what is the resource in the virtualization?
Resources is nothing but, sir, rather than treating as a virtual machine, you can choose resources, meaning I want this much CPU, I want this much RAM, I want this much hard drive, I want these many network cards. You can choose the resources in the system. Every system has 4 resources mainly, sir. CPU, RAM, hard disk, network, graphic cards. All these are resources.
So these are also called as resource group?
Yes. All resources, when you put together, can be called as a resource group. That will come up in our technical discussion later when we start the topic. So around a virtual machine, sir, there are lots of resources. You are not hearing any background from my end, right? No background? You should come and sit here, sir. The stupid guy makes a lot of noise. Trust me. It's tough to bear this one. Yeah, go ahead, sir. I'm so sorry. So now, sir, can I make a product for you? I will put virtual machines in my system and sell you. If you trust, you'll purchase. So that's exactly what happened with Amazon. And so even today, Sharmat, it is 33% Amazon because people have been sitting in Amazon for a very, very, very long time. Suddenly moving from Amazon to Azure is not just like that possible thing, sir, because all their infra is set up there. Suddenly moving everything becomes very tough. That's why a lot of companies have stayed back. Not because they understand, sir, you know what? Amazon and AWS, Amazon and Azure, these two clouds, Azure cloud is very cheap. Extremely cheap compared to AWS, sir. You will see at least 30-40% difference, and for a company 30-40% is a huge amount, sir. Why still people are not going? Because of the trust with AWS, because of the already their establishment with AWS. It's not that easy to move from one customer to another, one vendor to another so easily, sir. That's why still some people moved. That's why we moved to 22%. So what you're learning is a good technology, sir. By the way, sir, I'm sure, thank God, there is no Oracle DBA in the class. I would want to take one example, sir. When it comes to databases field, Oracle was the first company to start databases, and we all know it. IBM, Oracle were the companies who started with databases in the beginning, olden days. Microsoft joined the league much, much later, sir. And today, the #1 database in the market is Microsoft's database. Oracle was #1, sir, 7 years back. They fought this journey. They bought wonderful products and wonderful features, wonderful services. They made it so strong. Today Oracle is #2 and SQL Server is #1. And I'm proud to say it. You can also Google and find it out. Databases wise, sir, Microsoft is number 1 and Oracle is number 2. The same thing they did with Hyper-V also. Virtual machines, VMware was one company. VMware was number 1 company, sir. Microsoft chased this company, and Hyper-V stands almost equal today. Hyper-V, VMware product of Microsoft, Hyper-V, and VMware's virtual machine product, both are almost equal, sir. They chased them. And the same is happening with cloud as well. I think they believe in that chasing and winning strategy. So I'm giving all these assurance because at least I am with genuine respect to Microsoft and their business strategies and everything. This would be a very good cloud technology that can be learned for a long time. Of course, AWS is also a good skill set. And one last point, if you learn one cloud skill, the second would be very, very easy. Those concepts are absolutely same, sir. If you are learning a virtual machine in Azure, the virtual machine screens might change, options will not. Options might change, screens might change, concept will be same, sir. So if one person is strong in one cloud technology, easily the person can be strong in other cloud technologies also. That's my assurance and that's my promise. And so that's how I also know AWS a lot. It's because I'm good at Azure, or at least I'm okay at Azure. I can also easily learn AWS as well. Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you for your patience. And I think we should go to the next time. If no questions are there, then I'll move on. Any questions, I'm waiting for you. Okay, still we are in fundamentals. I'm sure questions will not come up much, but see. So there are 3 types of clouds. So first of all, again, you might have a question, who kept this word called cloud? So yeah, that can be an interesting question, sir. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. Who are the fathers of cloud? Who created this cloud? This ancestral story. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. So private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. 3 types of clouds we have. I'll go with the first one. Private cloud. So as the name says, right? The name is very indicative. Private. I want my own space. So for example, Sharmat's company and my company, right? We are working. I don't know which company Sharmat you're working for. I'm so sorry. I missed what you said.
TCS.
TCS. Okay. So Sharmat and I are in TCS is not into cloud business. Okay, sir. Sharmat and I are working in TCS, sir. So TCS wants servers. They don't want physical servers anymore. They want cloud servers. They are talking with Microsoft, Azure, or AWS, whichever. So now, TCS is clearly saying that, hey, Microsoft, give me private space. Meaning, if you are giving me some X amount of servers, I don't want anyone touching my servers. I don't want anyone sharing my servers. I want my own space. And my resources must not be shared with anybody. Do you give that guarantee? Microsoft says, yes, I give you the guarantee. Amazon says, yes, I give you the guarantee, sir. So private cloud is nothing but your own space. So in that Microsoft data center or area or a server or a rack, something is being given to TCS and say, TCS, this is your space.
Specific to organization.
Sorry, sir.
Specific to organization.
Exactly. So specific to TCS. Yeah, that is for Accenture. This is for some other company. This is for some other. This is for Venky's Chicken. So for the Venky's Chicken uses Azure Cloud. In India, there is a product called Venky's Chicken. Non-vegetarians, you might be knowing this. Venky or Vencob? I don't know if I'm giving the wrong name. Vencob maybe.
Vencob.
Vencob chicken. So infrastructure is cloud-based Azure. So our friend works in that infra support somewhere. That's how I know the news. Okay. So depending on customer, right? Private customers can be there. Public customers can be there. So private customers means they are telling, hey, I want a separate space for myself. Don't share this with anyone else. So Microsoft will write an agreement with these people, sir. Of course, but one condition is what? I will charge you more because you are my specific privileged customer. So I'll charge you more. They are okay with it. So understood? Private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. 3 types of cloud we have. Okay. So first let's talk about private cloud. Oops, I'm going wrong direction. Yeah. So private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. 3 types of cloud. So private cloud means on the right hand side, you can see private cloud is a data center or something organized by the company by itself. And I will tell you more in a minute, sir. Please wait. So there are everyone, please listen, sir. The reason why I'm asking you to concentrate here is there is a small confusion you will have when it comes to private cloud. After class, if you go and Google about private cloud, there'll be a small confusion. That's what I want to clarify to you. TCS is managing its own data centers. So please listen, sir. TCS is managing its own data centers. That is also called as private cloud. Or Microsoft is allocating some space for me in their data centers. Sir. That is also called as private cloud only. So a company managing its own data center is also called as private cloud. Is that okay? So don't get confused there. Sometimes when you Google, when you read about private clouds, you will see that a company managing its, that means olden days, how companies used to manage their own servers. That is also called as private cloud, sir. Okay. Not to get confused. Again, I'm clarifying. If a company is managing their own data centers in their own office location, that is also called as private cloud. Or if a company is talking to Microsoft or Amazon, these companies, and saying that, hey, I want a small portion, dedicated portion for myself only in your space, that is also called as private cloud. So can you see on the screen something? I'm showing two pictures here. On the left hand side, please watch, sir. A company is managing its own servers. So, okay, own servers. Here also it is managing its own servers. I mean, this is one more branch office, okay? Head office and branch office. And so they have their own servers. They're not using servers from Microsoft or Amazon. They have their own servers. This setup is also called as private cloud, sir. Why? Because this building and that building, they are connecting with some cloud product. With using some cloud product, they are connecting them, sir. Because we're using some cloud product. What? So I have not told you what are the cloud products available still. I will tell you. Till that time. So imagine servers are my own. But I am using some form of cloud product and connecting these two. So this scenario is also called as private cloud. And look at this one, sir. Customer is not having any server in their office. Agree? And the servers are present where? In the hosting provider. Hosting provider means Amazon or Microsoft. So this type of setup is called as, also called as private cloud. This type of setup is also called as private cloud. But sir, mostly it is this. Do you want me to wait for some time here, or any questions anybody has?
The management of the private cloud in the first case would be done by the respective companies.
Correct.
And the management of this in the second case would be done by the hosting company, right?
Correct. Correct. Meaning power management or even resource management, everything you are saying, right? Yes.
Right.
But it will be under our control.
Okay.
Microsoft will go and say, for example, there's a hard drive crash. They will go and replace the hard drive, but control will be with us only. Other
Meaning
than
they will let us know.
Data is our responsibility. Everything is our responsibility. A hard drive got crashed here. They will replace, but we will use full control in our hand only.
Okay.
And they have no rights to see into the data. What is there? Nothing. Microsoft should not look into any offer, and they will not. There's an agreement, legal agreement written.
Okay.
So one question I have here based on Sharmat's point. So which bank would want to do that? Let's talk about banking companies, okay? Which bank would want to remove all the data and keep in Microsoft locations? So banks don't follow this. Banks don't do this. Banks have got some governance rules. They can't do this. So banks may do this one. Their own data centers, but they're still on cloud. They will use some products of the cloud, sir. So bank is a classic example of this one, because banks will never ever store their data in a Microsoft or Amazon location. There are some banks who are doing it, sir. There are some banks who are doing it, but in that country only. Indian Bank. So recently, are you aware there's one bank hacking happened? Mahesh Bank. You don't know? Okay, wait. You don't even know the name called Mahesh Bank?
Yes, yes.
I was also not aware of it, to be frank.
Yes, KD.
So, sir, look at Mahesh Bank hack. Very recent, sir. Hardly recent. 4 persons from the city were arrested from Hyderabad. This is in Hyderabad, by the way. They had some hacker sitting in some other country. I forgot which one. So Nigerian people are also involved in this one. 12 crores they have stolen from the bank. So by hacking into the Mahesh Bank website. Okay. So anyways, I'm just telling this one. So for example, Mahesh Bank is managing their servers. So that means Hyderabad, right? So Mahesh Bank should make sure that data, Indian customers' data, how can you store in US? No. Government again has rules. Indian customers means Microsoft or Amazon must have data center in India, or that too, if possible, in Hyderabad. If not there, okay, other states are fine, sir, but in India it should be. So they can then Mahesh Bank can keep their servers in Microsoft's data center. But they have to pay more. Rather than losing reputation, paying more is better, because they did not do. Sir, the worst part is they did not even have proper firewalls. No proper firewalls, very badly managed infrastructure. Passwords were common in nature. People were sharing passwords. Oh God, that's a big story. If you can YouTube about it, you'll come to know. It's on the news already. Okay, any questions anybody have on this one? We'll stop here class now, because 9 to 10:15 is our class timing. And sir, first few days introductions completed will be fine, and full 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes will be our technical discussions. Any questions anybody has for today? So private cloud, if you got it. Public cloud we'll talk tomorrow, sir. I'll explain about public cloud, and finally we have hybrid cloud that also will complete tomorrow. So then I think, and just a quick question to all of you. Are you all in the WhatsApp group that we have? I'm sure everybody in the class are in the WhatsApp group. If not, sir, let me know. I can get you added to that WhatsApp group. And sir, by the way, remember, you are attending demo for not only this week, sir, because I want you to attend at least minimum 6 or 7 classes. Because, sir, 1-2 sessions giving a demo and convincing is very easy.
I agree.
2 days magic is always can be done, sir. And seven sessions, I'm sure you'll easily sense it is good or wrong. So that is why I just want you to evaluate for 7 days. Next Friday, the coming Friday, then you will decide, sir. Or Friday or Thursday, you will decide whether this is what the journey that you want to be part of. And yes, sir.
Yeah, you told the private cloud, right? The hosting provider is if the hosting provider is Microsoft. If I put my own data into Microsoft hosting provider, how can I expect the safety of my data? Like
So first of
Mahesh
all,
Bank.
okay, very good, excellent question, sir. So everyone, did you hear the question? The question is, if I am keeping my servers in Microsoft data center, and how can Microsoft guarantee me that? Because you never know, right? Microsoft can always, it's in their office, right? They can always open the data and somehow they can fetch and read or something like that. Answer is no, sir. The answer is no, because encryption. Even if we keep anything in Microsoft data center, we will encrypt everything. The keys are with us. Only we can open, no matter Microsoft, whatever they do, sir, they can't open and cannot see any data of it, because the keys, encryption keys are with us. And that is what all companies are doing nowadays. They are using cloud services properly, but they are encrypting the data or application or whatever they are keeping there, they are encrypting it. So nobody sees it. Okay. And even if Microsoft wants to see also, they can't see. And encryption algorithms are so strong nowadays. And we have that topic as well in our course discussion.
Okay, thank you.
KD, in Azure training, like I mean to say, when we are searching for a job, right, I have gone through many profiles. So there are a lot of designing and architectural level they are looking for it. So is it like this course will be competitive for them?
So that depends on the years of experience the person has. So for example, somebody with an Azure admin experience, 4 to 5 years, would be joining as an Azure admin only. Somebody with that will not require design or architectural skills there. But our course also, sir, is going very deep into those conversations we have, but not into a total architect level discussions. Definitely not. But we are almost going there. I'll explain. When I talk about curriculum, I'll tell you. So if the person is having 10 plus years of experience on the experience range, then the expectations will start about what you said. So 10 plus years experience, ideally. So my suggestion would be, when somebody is having 10 plus years experience, not to show everything as Azure. 10 plus years Azure is not there, first of all. So it started in 2014, so to be frank. So then in that case, the best smart idea would be to have 5 years or something showing up and say that one. But again, sir, you can always say that architect level is different, because it's totally next level. AZ 303, 304 is the paper. We'll talk about that certification papers also. But answer for that question is The course that we are covering, it is not architect level designing. These discussions will not come, because you are clearly telling I'm an Azure administrator. The role is very, or senior Azure administrator. That's your role. And the experience range can be between 5 and 8, sir. 5, 4, 5, 7, 8. Between that is good for us. And we will be able to satisfy all the interview criteria and job also.
That's great. That's great. Because I see all the markets are, about 10 years experience only they're asking.
No, sir. Because we are also checking the market from our end. Maybe you would have checked those things, but there are normal calls also. 4 and 8 and 7 and 8 and 9. We have normal Azure administrator or senior Azure administrator.
Okay, so this course is for AZ104, right?
Beyond 104, sir. I'll tell you, it's beyond 104.
Oh, okay.
Much beyond 104.
Okay,
and there are architectural topics also we are covering.
That's
so everyone, what Magesh is saying is the certification track that we follow for this course is AZ104. He's correct, sir. But we are adding additional topics outside AZ104. First of all, I will do these discussions little later, everyone. What is AZ104? What is that we are covering? What is there in AZ104? We will do comparison also. I'll show you. Sir. And from extra topics we are bringing from 303 as well, architect paper. Magesh, I'll bring that discussion next week.
Sure.
So I assure one thing, sir, for this one is this course is Azure Administrator plus Advanced Azure Administration both. This is purely administration, not architect. Architect means it requires immense years of experience.
So architect also you have a course, KD?
As of now, we don't have. But again, so first, this is very important to be strong in this.
Yeah.
And this knowledge acquired very well and become strong, and then architect can be planned. Yeah. I'm architect certified. So just clarify.
You are here, KD.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, at least capability is there that I'm architect certified. But I have not given any interviews on the architect yet, because I want to. So if we start that also, we have to evaluate the market first. Any course started first, we see in the market what is there, what are the questions being asked, what is happening in the job as well, what are being on the job, what scenarios are coming up. So those things we'll evaluate. But as of now, we don't have an architect course.
Okay. Anyways, you are here, right, KD? We will learn a lot of things here itself.
Thanks for the trust. Okay, absolutely. Sandy, yes, did you raise your hand? Is there a question again? What was the last question?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, so I think that sorry for extending by 10 minutes today, but we'll reconnect tomorrow. We'll continue the conversation, sir. And please bring up any questions that you have. And but again, remember, we have time till next week also. Evaluate, understand, see, analyze, and then make a call. Okay, thanks everyone, sir. Then let's talk again in tomorrow's morning class, 9 o'clock sharp. Signing off. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Eddie.
Bye.
Bye.